Hey, TEDx Nightingale. How is everyone today? Awesome. I am really, really honored to be here and so thankful that the Nightingale School asked me to be a part of today. I think it's going to be wonderful with all the other speakers. And to be honest with you, when I read the bios, when they sent me the brochure, the program a couple of days ago, and I read the other bios, I was actually shocked that I was asked to be a part of this, as I believe my adversities relatively are very, very small. But with that, I will do the best that I can to share with you what I have learned from what I've experienced.
Yeah, so to begin, I would like, Mike.
So to begin, I want you all to think about what is your greatest adversity in life right now? Or like, what are you struggling with the most? Okay, now this could be something as small as a zit on your face. This could be an ill family member. This could be an upcoming test. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Does everyone have something? Try to think of something in your head. Everyone got something? Okay, great. Now that you have that, I want to show you one of my adversities in life. And I have Tourette's, by the way, just want to throw that out there, okay? I won't take. Yes, I have the world's strongest jaw. So guys, I lived with Tourette syndrome for 25 years of my life. Just gonna leave that right. I think that's paused now, right? Yeah. So I lived with Tourette syndrome for 20 years of my life, excuse me. And during those 20 years, do you mind if we make the lights a little bit? Is that okay? Thank you. Just so you guys make sure we're not in a cave here. Awesome, perfect. It's estimated that during the 20 years, I did this with some friends, I ticked somewhere around 25 million times over the 20 years, which is a lot of times in my opinion, I'd say. And many of you might think that this has been my greatest adversity in life. And what I'm here today to tell you is that it's not. And my hope is that by the end of my time with you, that you'll see why too. Now, some of you might know that over the past 4 years, I traveled all across the United States as an inspirational speaker on tolerance. And the title of my presentation was, What Makes You Tic? And as many of you also might know, that one of the most pressing issues in our country right now is this whole thing on bullying. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? We've got this whole bullying thing going on. And I want to do what I believe to be an important exploration with you, or sort of a demonstration that might give you a different understanding of the nature of bullying. So I want you all to think about right now, in your head, an insecurity of yours. I want you to think about an insecurity. Also, it doesn't matter what age you are. You could think of, maybe you're really self-conscious about your accent because English isn't your first language, or maybe you're not good with technology, or maybe you have some body issues, whatever. Didn't even think about that. So, whatever it might be though, I want you really just to think about that insecurity. Does everyone got that? And once you have it, I want you now to imagine somebody making fun of your insecurity. Imagine somebody making fun of it. Or try to remember a time when this happened in life, okay? Either one. And once you've done that, I want you to amp up that feeling as much as you can. Really try to amp it up. And can somebody share with me, how do you feel in your body? How does that feel? Anyone? Come out. Yes. Panicky? Anyone else feel a bit panicky? Does anyone feel a little tight? Anyone feel a little bit hot?
A little bit like going over the edge of the roller coaster.
Going over the edge of the roller coaster. Perfect. Now, everyone, shake that off. Get rid of it. And now I want you to imagine something else. But this time, I want you to imagine that you were in the happiest place that you can think of. The happiest place, or a time when you've just really, really enjoyed yourself. Like maybe you're with your friends, you're with your family on vacation, in a sea of candy, who knows? Something like that. Is everyone there? And again, I want you to amp up that feeling as much as you can. Amp it up, and tell me how you physiologically feel. How does your body feel now? Can someone share? You feel light? Anyone else feel light? Anyone else feel just kind of good and overall a general good? Okay, great. I want you to go back there for 1 second, go to the happy place, amp it up, really, really try to intensify it. And now, while you're right there, I want you to imagine someone making fun of your insecurity again. And tell me if it feels the same. Is it the same? Right? It's different. Now to me, this is really, really fascinating, and for 2 reasons. First off, the person that you imagine making fun of you, this isn't actually happening in real life now. This is entirely in your head. And the second thing is, you know that bad feeling that you got? We don't need the bully to make us feel that. We can just do that to ourselves. Now let me take this a step further now to really hash out this point. And I'm going to do this with the whole audience, okay? So if all of you can, I want you all to imagine that I am a bully. I'm a big bad bully. And I come up to each and every one of you, and I want you to think that I want you to think about me making fun of some part of you that you have absolutely no issues with, that you're not insecure at all about. Like imagine that I come up to you and I make fun of your inside middle knuckle index finger. Anyone have issues with that? Or imagine that I come up to you and I make fun of your kneecap. Is this clear? Think right now of some part of you that you would have no issues with. I'm gonna use kneecap just for the sake of this exercise. So everyone, I'm a bully. I come up to all of you and I make fun of your kneecap. Would you care? No. Why not? Why would you not care if I made fun of your kneecap? Why not? You're not insecure. It's your kneecap, right? Anyone else? Why would you not care? It doesn't matter. I'm going to go on a limb and say that you love and accept your kneecap so much you don't even think about your kneecap. Is that fair? Great. Now, another time though, I'm still the bully. I come up to you, and this time I make fun of your insecurity. How does it feel this time? Doesn't feel as good, right? It's not good at all. It might be even devastating. But this is so interesting, because both times, I'm the bully. I'm the adversity. And I come up to you, and one time, I make fun of your kneecap, and you don't care at all. In fact, you might even laugh at me. And another time, I'm still the bully, and I come up to you, and I make fun of your insecurity, but this time you totally care. So to recap, one time I make fun of you, you don't care at all. And another time I make fun of you, and this time you totally care. What is the only difference in these two situations? It's your perception of the insecurities. In essence, it's us. It's how we feel about ourselves. It's about the meaning that we put on what they said. In a nutshell, it's our beliefs. So is the issue that there's this one person in the whole world that makes fun of me? Or is it the meaning that I put on it? Now, most of us don't grow up this way. I know I absolutely did not. For me, growing up, everything outside of me was the adversity. That person, and that person, and that person who wasn't tolerant to me, and that person who looked at me weird, and that person who didn't accept me, and my mom, especially my parents, my dad, my teacher, my coworkers, my Tourette's was causing this, my Tourette's was unfair. You get this, right? I think most of us, this is how we learn how to think when we grow up. And with the best intentions in the world, we then try to change that thing, right? We try to change that adversity or that bully with the hope of making our own life better, to make my own experience of life better. And for myself, I tried to change those adversities head on, really head on. I created a national tour on tolerance to inspire compassion in other people so that more people would be okay with me, so that my life could be better and the life of other people who experience their life to be different. That was my intent. I went on a mission to change every other single person in the world. But now I understand that the adversity wasn't out there. It was the way that I see things. It was my perspective. It was my perception. It was my beliefs. Think about it. Is your greatest adversity somebody making fun of you for about 10 seconds? Or is it that you believe it and then think about it for days, weeks, or even years? Is your greatest adversity sitting down for a 1-hour exam? Or is it the pressure that you put on yourself that your whole life is contingent upon it? Is your greatest adversity walking down a hallway? Or is it believing what everyone else is thinking about you? Was my greatest adversity my Tourette's? Or was it believing that I couldn't change it? So we could spend our whole life trying to change that person who wasn't tolerant to me, and that person who isn't accepting of me, and that person who looks at me weird. But what if they don't change? Or what if they don't want to change? What am I only left with? I could choose to change myself. And I'm not talking about changing my Tourette's, I'm talking about changing the way that I see things, changing my perspective, changing my perception, because if I could do that, I open up a whole new world of possibilities. My tics started when I was about 5 years old, and I don't even remember what was happening. All I knew is that I was really uncomfortable in my body. All these weird things were happening, and I was ticking, trying to make that bad feeling go away, and it was weird, and it was annoying to myself, and it was annoying to other people, but that was really it. It was just kind of this weird behavior. And then one day, I went to the doctor's office, and the man in the white coat looked at me and he said, "You have Tourette's syndrome, a neurological genetic disorder that's involuntary and has no cure." What do you think I did as a little kid when he said that? I believed it. And 25 million tics later, I never thought it could be different. Until a few years ago, did I challenge that belief and break it. And believe me, I did not do this on my own. A few years ago, I started to take these amazing classes right here in New York City called Executive Success Program that help people evaluate their beliefs. Created by an American scientist and philosopher, Keith Raniere, and his protege, Nancy Salzman. They developed a process to help people break those beliefs on an unimaginable level. And thanks to them, I no longer struggle with Tourette's. The thing is Tourette's wasn't my greatest adversity. It was my beliefs about the Tourette's. Believing that I couldn't change it is what prevented me from living my life like this rather than like that. Only a few years ago did I believe that living my life like this would be impossible, literally impossible. Imagine if all of us could change our perception, even just 1%, how different would our lives be? How different would the world be? if we could do even just 1%. So at the beginning, I asked you all to think about what is your greatest adversity in life right now? Or what are you struggling with the most? Does everyone have that again? And so I ask you one more time. Is that still your greatest adversity, or is it your perspective about that adversity or that struggle? Imagine if you could discover that your perspective and the way that you see and the way that you experience the world is entirely up to you. Do you know what it would feel like if someone makes fun of you? It would feel like they're making fun of your kneecap. And that's more than becoming resilient. That is becoming invincible. Thank you so much.